Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 9th and 10th episodes of Koyomimonogatari. And last episode we had Skihi and Ogi. With Skihi we had like a mysterious ghost member of the group. And with Ogi we just talked about the super duper important shrine that was apparently relocated at some point, and I think Ogi talked about how she wasn't a big fan of that. So that's obviously going to be important later. At least I would imagine. So yeah, this time we're dealing with episodes 9 and 10. Not sure who we're going to talk to. I imagine Yotsugi will be one of them. Maybe the other one could be... who's left? Gain, maybe? Probably not. I'm not sure. Yotsugi's the only obvious one I could think of that would be somebody we could focus an episode on. Aside from, like, yeah, Kagenui guy. I don't know. Let's just get into it and find out, though. So, 3, 2, 1, play. I remember this opening. I don't remember who's it belonged to. I think maybe Shinobu. I think. Yep, Shinobu opening. Yeah, I think this was Onimonogatari, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I'll gladly take a Shinobu focus one. I don't know why Shinobu didn't come up as a possibility in my head. I just kind of figured if she was gonna get one, she would have got it by now, but I don't know. We get it now. Taurus. Yeah, it says Taurus and katakana as well. I'm not sure what that means exactly. That's not Shinobu. That's Senjugahara. Hello, Senjugahara. December? Oh, there's Shinobu. Okay, hello, Shinobu. Wait, what? What did she just say? Are you in an interesting mood, Shinobu? There's more food out there than just donuts, Shinobu. But she is right. I feel like it's been a while since I really got to see her like this. It's good to see Shinobu like this. What's up? I don't know their menu well enough to answer that. For what purpose? To eat, I would imagine. Oh, okay. They're okay. They're actually made. Oh, that's cool. There's probably some like that. Well, you're the guinea pig, Shinobu. Yeah, what point would there be to killing, to poisoning Araragi? I mean, you'll be fine eating them, Shinobu, I'm sure. Donuts generally have them. Donuts always have holes, mostly. I mean, some don't, but generally they do. Oh, okay, that's where Taurus comes in. Yeah, like magic. Oh, that's a really nice looking donut. uh, this is a fine dining table we have here now. Shinobu branch. This is a nice change of pace from the Yogi one. There's a bit of a difference in happiness levels between these two. So, is it poison-free? It makes perfect sense to me. Not for you. Why do you think you would get some of your girlfriend's donuts? Yeah, I gotta be thorough. Yeah, but... I'm counting on you, Shinobu. Yep. You may have figured it out. It's an amazing coincidence. Over my dead body. So far, I don't see any deeper meaning in the episode just yet. But we'll see. A beautiful view, though. We're getting into the talisman, though. What state are you really talking about? It certainly don't hurt. Wow. It's kind of hard to read the subtitles when I just want to admire the scenery. I mean, it could have been hidden better for sure. In the stomach. I'll show you how to hide the donuts, just give me a minute. What? But that was the whole plan. I thought you would. Challenge accepted. It seems like a fun game. Yeah, that's... Gotta make it clear on that. I would love to see you try. It's a good point. Oh, wow, Shinobu. What exactly are you going to be using as the blindfold? My god, the animation on that. Well used, for sure. What a privilege. I didn't think she'd be a big fan of that. Oh, wow. Even better than I thought. I mean, I could venture a couple of guesses, but where was the final donut? Lady's secret hiding spot. It's quite a location she's at. The second most probable trick. Break it into tiny pieces. Right. Oh. Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, if she could... I mean, if anybody could do it, she could. It's gonna push hard enough, you'll get to fit. Right. But if you did that, you'd still find all 4, right? If you found 3. Although I guess it depends on how you look at it. She didn't hide it in her stomach, she hid it in his. Yeah, the objective was kind of lost. I guess she just wanted to win in a way more than anything. She out-tuckered out. Oh, wow. Damn, she looks good in that. You're probably saying something important here, but I just can't read it. Okay. That's Shinobu love, which is channeled through donuts. Okay. Definitely gonna take a look at that, thank you, Danger, for subscribing. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna have to take another look at that, the second part. I feel like that's what most of the meaning was in the epilogue. Which I guess is usually the case, but especially in this one. Like, a lot of the episode seemed like more fluff than most of these Koyomi have been so far. Where they all seem very laced with a lot of important meaning. Like, foreshadowing future things. They, like, most of them have that feel. This one, noticeably less so. But I'm sure there's still something, so I'll take a better look. Man, my nose is just itching so bad. Ugh. This was a fun episode, though. Like, don't get me wrong, this was a very fun episode. I really have missed silly Shinobu, so I had a lot of fun with this episode. I mean, Shinobu as a character is one of the things I associate most with the Monogatari series, so I'm happy to have the Shinobu stuff. Wakaranai. Okay, that was the 9th episode of Koyomimonogatari, and this was a lot of fun, like I said. Now, Senjukahara actually, like, made donuts for Araragi. That's... Any girlfriend that will make you donuts, like homemade donuts, she's probably a keeper. But Shinobu got pretty excited because there were donuts, and she was like, what? These are a bit odd. Since when has Mr. Donut been selling these kind of donuts? Then Araragi tells her, oh no, those are just like my girlfriend made them. Then she looks at them again. Are these safe to eat, Araragi? Like, she could have put anything in these donuts. Like, are you sure you want to eat these? And then Shinobu kind of just became the taste tester at that point. And when she began the taste testing, I think she was more than happy to continue such a role. So, yeah, through a lot of this episode, I really did not know what kind of the overall meaning or point of it would be. I mean, it doesn't have to have one. I'm more than happy to have silly Shinobu stuff, but just, it's been the case through most of Koyomi, so I was expecting it here. And the main plot of the episode, you could say, was the little game they played where Shinobu would attempt to hide the donuts, and Araragi would attempt to find them. Now, the only real rule was that Shinobu couldn't eat them, like she couldn't hide them in her stomach because it's a problem for several reasons. So we made sure to at least establish that rule. So Araragi, I think he said he found 3 out of the 4 donuts. Yeah, he definitely found 3 out of the 4 donuts, and the biggest mystery was the 4th donut. Where did it go? Where could it have went? And as usual, Hanakawa, who wasn't even there, she was able to figure it out, that Shinobu put the little donut in the big donuts. Yeah, pretty big plot twist. However, I mean, he did sort of find it, but I guess he really didn't. Like, because the way I thought of it at first was if he found a donut, like he would be holding it, and there would be like the other donut inside of it. Like maybe he's not aware it's in there, but he would be like, "Yeah, I found it," as he shakes it. So it's a little bit debatable whether that counts as finding it or not. But I guess since he didn't technically know it was in there, we're going with he didn't find it, and just it went from being hidden in a bigger donut to being hidden in his stomach. And technically, I guess it sort of wasn't found. It's an oddly deep concept for just being involving donuts, but yeah, I think the main point here was just that Shinobu's objective, her main objective, was to eat the donuts, but she failed at that because she didn't get to eat them. So she lost in a way, but she won in a way because Araragi did not find the final donut. So it's a bit of a odd sort of thing here where victory is kind of vague. That may have been a part of the point, but also part of the point was just selflessness and the love as well. I think that's kind of the real meat of this segment because it's Araragi's donuts initially. I'm sure part of her didn't want Araragi to have them, even though she loves donuts. So that may have also kind of influenced her decision making there as well. But there's not really a lot to say about this episode. I was definitely a little bit surprised when Shinobu took off the leggings. At first, I thought she was taking off Pantsu and she was gonna just wrap that around his eyes, but no, it was just the stockings, which just I'll take that. So. Yeah, I think it makes an excellent blindfold and apparently a mouth gag as well. So, yeah, really fun episode. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, I have episode 10 loaded up, so let's just begin. 3, 2, 1, play. And of course, we have Yotsugi next, finally. I feel like for at least 3 episodes, I've been like, yep, this one's definitely going to be Yotsugi, and it never was, but we finally have Yotsugi. Been a long time coming, but we finally got here. We did it, guys. We did it. I wonder what hers is going to be about. And this opening kind of makes me a little bit dizzy. Never really noticed it before, but she has kind of a weird song as hers. Koyomi seed. Okay, you have my attention. Where are we planting this seed, and what kind of seed is it? January. It's good to it's good to see you, Yotsugi. I have missed you. Hope you've been doing well. I would never ignore you. Yeah. What are you trying to say, Yotsuki? I don't quite get it. Right. Okay, now I gotcha. I never would have got that, but thank you for explaining. Might as well. Doesn't involve a seed. A lot of things, really? Jeez. Yeah, he's almost died a few times already. I guess we have no choice. If we're looking for a seed, that's gonna be pretty small and hard to find. You have a picture of it. Don't just yay me. You need to give me more to work with than that if you expect me to actually find anything. Just relax and enjoy some coffee. I bet, considering. Yes, you are. You can jump, though. It's not that big of a difference. Yeah, I'm quite a bit taller than Araragi, I'm sure. He is not. Three meters, wow. We'll take that. I hope so. Oh? Lots of what? Dignity? You mean the jumping? Oh. Oh, right, what she did. Okay, I get it. Yeah, what she does for Kagenui. Oh, that's so cool. It gets to do that finally. That would be a great. That would look so weird, though. I want to ride her finger at least once. I guess that's all I gotta do. Let's not bring that up. Just squeaking sound. But it does. Still don't know how he balances like that. There's no need for that. Seeds. There we go, seeds. I get it now. Something, huh? Like Ogi, for instance. Still have no idea. Are we even gonna find it in the episode, or will it forever be a mystery? Well, can you at least say why it's important? A dream? Oh, a wing. What? What? Okay. Okay. Happiness? Wow. Where exactly are we? This looks like an amazing bath. Love. Thanks for that. Pain and suffering. A lie. Of course. That's why she's so vague. That's true. That does sound pretty cute. Denied. Right. Huh. That's interesting. Sand on her finger. Yeah, that's quite conspicuous. Huh. But why? Oh, wow. That... Oh, wow, that animation, though. Good question. Weren't supposed to meet. You mean, Kaiki? Because, yeah, I guess this would be around the time for that, okay. Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, we haven't meet up with Kaiki. Well, I don't know if the timing lines up with that, I'm not sure. But yeah, it does seem to be what they were. Oh, wow. No story to tell. Huh. Oh, wow. Perhaps. Okay, that was certainly something. Just thought I kind of went on my quest to find something. To find nothing. To find something. Now that I think about it, that very beginning of the episode where he first met up with her, yeah, it did kind of come across as Yotsuki trying to stop him from going somewhere. It did kind of have that feel to it, that atmosphere. So that makes sense. And what better way to stop him from going somewhere than to just take him somewhere else? Yeah. Because, yeah, if that was around the time where Araragi was visiting Nadeko periodically, then, yeah, it makes sense that somebody stopped him from doing that. while Kaiki was trying to do his thing. If that's where the timing was. So that was the 10th episode of Koyomimonogatari, and this was an interesting one. Like, he did meet up with Yotsugi, and they traveled together, just kind of rode her finger all around town, and she was very vague about what exactly she was looking for. She wouldn't say what it looked like, you know, what it was. She pretty much just gave Araragi very basic instructions of just look around, see what's what. You know, if anything looks conspicuous, just let me know, and maybe that's it, you know? She was very vague about all this stuff. So Araragi wasn't quite sure what he was doing. And yeah, looking back on it, it was pretty obvious that she was just kind of wasting his time for some reason. Like, once I learned, like, once they actually told me, you know, what's up, it definitely has that atmosphere to it of just, like, we're throwing this person a surprise birthday party, go keep them busy for an hour, like, that kind of feel to it. So, it makes a lot of sense, for sure. And they did talk a lot about a lot of the Nautico stuff. You mentioned the talisman that he was supposed to use but didn't, that Gain gave him, and Nautico just swallowing that. And, you know, references to pushing his vampire powers, which I think refers to, like, all the visits. I think that's what that's supposed to talk about, because I think him doing that was what caused the whole vampire stuff to kind of get out of hand, which is why he, like, became more vampire later on. You know, with the whole not seeing his reflection in the mirror, that whole arc, whenever that happened. I can't remember when that happened exactly, but I think it was in Owari, wasn't it? Yeah, like a fairly recent thing. But anyway, I think, yeah, that's what led to that. So they did try to do a decent job of letting us know what period of time this takes place in, and it does seem to be that period of time there. While Nautico was still at the shrine being the snake god, and before Kaiki had, taken care of that. So there is that, definitely. Now, the name of the episode was Koyomi's Seed, right? I wasn't quite sure what seed would refer to. I was pretty sure it wasn't just gonna, like, be a literal seed we put in a pot, like, you know, jokes aside, obviously that's not what it was gonna be. But it seems like it's kind of a reap what you sow kind of meaning to the seed, because Araragi has made a lot of decisions throughout the course of the show. Some may be good, some may be bad, but he's made a lot of decisions. And near the end of the show, you could definitely see a lot of those decisions coming to fruition. You know, sowing those reaps, reaping those sows, you know. And I think that might be a big part of what the end game of the show is like, for sure. There's even some discussion about balance. I mean, every time he mentions balance, I think of Ogi, because Ogi's like Ogi, like she's like the darkness, you know, most likely kind of a physical manifestation of the kind of darkness that chased after, you know, Hachiguchi. That's what I think she's supposed to be. You know, I'm sure we'll get more details on that later, what exactly her deal is, but that is kind of what it's been, I think, expressing throughout the course of the show. So, at some point we're going to get, like, really deep into Ogi, not in a weird way, but which I imagine will probably be in the second half of Owari-Monogatari. Like, we got a little bit of her in the early parts of Owari. We're probably going to get more into her later on. Actually, I think there's a lot of Owari. I think there's, like, second season and then, like, Zoku Owari-Monogatari. Like, there's a lot of stuff. Maybe to wait till Zoku to get, like, really into it. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure where the show goes from there, honestly. But, of course, we'll see. Now, during the epilogue segment, which was actually pretty long, we found out about what was actually going on here. And Yotsugi trying to avoid Araragi meeting up with Kaiki, because that would be pretty bad. You know, that was kind of the big thing. And since we already saw the arc where Kaiki did his thing, we know that he wasn't going to run into him until, like, it was all over. So, you know, no real concern of that happening, but now we actually got to see why. Maybe if Yotsugi hadn't, you know, fingered him all around town, maybe he would have run into Kaiki at some point. But, you know, because he was just going wherever Yotsugi wanted him to go, and he was pretty conspicuous, so if Kaiki was nearby him, Kaiki probably would have saw him before he saw Kaiki, and he could have just, you know, just left. So, although I don't think we ever saw a scene of Kaiki seeing a floating Araragi around town, but, you know, may have happened off screen. Can't say for sure. But one of the interesting things about the epilogue was just Hanakawa, you know? Like, obviously she travels around the world, you know, that's been a thing, and we got to see her in a hot spring at some point, which looked just fantastic, you know, just kind of continuing that Hanakawa fan service from the previous episode where she was on the beach, which was great. I actually kind of forgot to talk about that much in episode 9, but yeah, that progression from Hanakawa sitting on the bench with the cats to just swimsuit on the beach was great, and she wore even less in this segment in the bath, and we got to see the water of the ocean, which just looked just gorgeous for sure. So that was pretty cool, just getting to see this Hanakawa traveling stuff. I quite enjoyed that. I think by the end of the episode we established that acts of thoughtfulness were the truly most difficult thing to find, and that's, you know, probably true. We also get a little bit of a shot of the sisters sleeping, especially Kaden. Like that was a pretty noticeable one. Let's just say that. We don't get enough shots of the two sisters cuddling. Like, we did that one episode of Monogatari when Araragi called them the Yuri sisters or whatever. We could use more of that. I don't know why we don't get more of that. But yeah, they also reference the whole rescuing them thing, which is something that happened with Yotsugi. So, you know, it's cool that we mentioned that, at least. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what the overall takeaway of this is. Just the, yeah, acts of thoughtfulness are the hardest thing to find, so maybe just kind of implying that there have been stuff like that in the show that just went unnoticed by Araragi. Someone's act of thoughtfulness making a big difference in his life, but being blissfully unaware of it, maybe that's what it is. That's the best guess I got, guys, so I tried. But anyway, yeah, pretty cool. I mean, not much really happened in this episode, which is kind of the point, you know? An event, like an eventless story, like however they phrase it, like nothing really happened, but that's the idea. This was kind of the antithesis of a story. This was what happened in the background while the real story was going on, which we saw in a previous arc. So yeah, it is what it is, and I did appreciate it for what it is, and some pretty good Hanakawa stuff and a bit of good Kaden stuff as well. So yeah, it was good. It was good. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.